What's up, y'all? So I'm gonna show you my Luka build. I've been working this since Luka is my favorite player and I made it as close to Luka as possible. So let's start. First, of course he is a point guard, right-handed, and number 77. Height will be 6'7", weight is 230 pounds, wingspan is 6'11", and then for body shape, it is your preference, but I put it at belt since as you see in your basket he is ripped now. So the reason I put the weight for on 230 pounds is we need to get the 89 strength, and then wingspan is 6'11", since it is the highest possible wingspan to retain the 89 strength, so it can also help on our defense. So for attributes, let's start with the finishing badge. We put close shot at 75 so we can get the silver pass twitch, and then driving layup is at 80 so he can finish very well on those contact layups, since we are doing this build for the bully badge. Driving dunk is at 80 to get the quick drops of 1, since the requirement is 80 driving dunk, and then the vertical should be at 60, so that's the requirements for it. Standing dunk, we didn't touch it. Post control is at 70, since as you see in the last playoffs, Luka is cooking guards and even bigs in the post, so that can help him very well. For shooting, mid-range shot, we put it at 81 to get the Hall of Fame mid position. 3-point, we put it at 90 so he can shoot consistently on those step back trees and then those circus trees that he does on his games. Free throw is at 82 so he can shoot consistent on rec or pro am. So for playmaking, pass accuracy is at 80, since we Luka make those magical passes, we need to replicate it in the game. So there is no bullet passer anymore, so we really need to put that pass accuracy on the right attributes. Ball handle is 87, so we can get the gold clamp breaker, since it can help us to uh, break break down defenders, and then so we can blow by them. Speed with ball is at 82, since it's the highest we can get. So for defense and rebounding, so tweaked it a lot, since we don't have any option here, so I just put it at the closest to Luka as possible. So since you all know Luka is not a good defender, but we put it at 70 so we can uh, defend at least decently, and then defensive rebound at 75, since Luka get those trip dubs, so we need to get the rebounding that high. And I also think that this is the most efficient way to allocate these attribute points for defense for this build, since this is very limited, since we put a lot in the offense. So for speed, for the physical, we put the speed at max, speed, acceleration, strength at 89, and then vertical is only at 60, since that's the only uh, amount that we need for our uh, driving dunk, quick drops of 1, and then stamina at 95, since we will get the +4 from Gatorade or the gym rat. So that's the attributes for this build. So for takeover, you can choose on your depends on your preference, but I choose negative impact to do those step back shots, spin shots, pull ups, since Luka is a very crafty shooter. So I also put limitless range, so you can do those deep shots, since Luka also sometimes do those half court shots. All right. For their comparisons, I don't really mind it, since I know my inspiration on how I did it, so it doesn't really matter. So the build name is the shot creator. So yeah, Luka is a shot creator, but I was hoping there is something playmaking on its name, but doesn't really matter. It's fine for me. Alright, so let's test the build. Alright, so let's talk about badges. For finishing, our goal is to core the bully badge. So we have to allocate 10 badges between tier 1 and tier 2. So I'm gonna use this here. So put past stitch, bronze, fearless finisher, marcher, and then drop stepper. So at this point, we have the 7 badge points available. So if we core the bully, we still have the 7 badge points, so we can still allocate it on other badges. So for this, uh, I'm gonna put it on those badges that can support the bully badge. So that since I don't really need limitless takeoff, postalizer, or slippery, since we will bully those defenders. So alright, so um fearless finisher, we will put it at silver since strengthens a player's ability to absorb contact and still finish. So it also reduces the amount of energy loss from contact layups. So it really supports the bully badge since we will do a lot of contact layups. So same with masher, it improves a player's ability to finish well around the rim. So especially over smaller defenders. So if you remember in the Clippers versus Mavericks series, he really mashed Patrick Beverly. So yeah. So fast twitch, it speeds up the ability to get standing layups or dunks off before the defense has time to contest. So it is very good on drop steps or quick stop when you drive inside the lane. And then you can quick stop and then pump pick. So you can can really help your finishing. So at this point, we still have 4 badge points available. We will put drop stepper on silver. So you can see Luka also does those drop steps, and then he bullies those smaller guards in the post. So we have the 3 badge points available. We can put it on gold backdown punisher. So even though there are defenders that are the same height or same strength as us, it can help us very well. But there is another option. You can put this at bronze, and then you can put acrobat on silver. So it really depends on your preference. So for me, I will put it at gold backdown punisher, so I can bully those play shots. Alright, so that's our finishing. Let's move on to shooting badges. So for shooting, our goal is to core our agent 3 badge. So for this, same as the finishing, we need to allocate 10 badge points in tier 1 and tier 2. So I'm gonna put a Hall of Fame space creator. So I think this is a self-explanatory since Luka does those step backs. So I also put Midi Magician on Hall of Fame since it can help us on fadeaway. Since if you're really watching Luka, it can do those Dirk fadeaways now, so it can really help us to replicate it. And then at this point, we already allocated the 10 badge points, so we can core our agent 3. So as you can see, we still have the 15 badge points available. So these are the must have the badges: limitless range, of course, and then blinders. So at this point, we have the 2 badges points available. So you have an option. There is a +4 badge from my career request. So if you get those +4, you can add it to shooting, and then you can get silver dead eye. Or if you don't want to put it as shooting, you can just get a silver ant or whatever badge you like. But for me, I think help us on our shooting since our stamina drains a lot quicker this year. So yeah. Okay, all right. So let's move on the playmaking bench. For playmaking badge, our core is the clamp breaker, since it will help us to blow by defenders. So for this, uh, we need to allocate 10 badge points again. So we will put quick first step at gold, since it's a must-have badge. And then I will put ankle breaker on Hall of Fame. So Luka also uh, catches those ankles. You can ask Cam Johnson what happened to him, and also you can ask Paul George. So yeah, so at this point we still need one more badge to get to our tier 3. We will put it at needle threader to make those inside passes that Luka makes. So at this point we can now core our clamp breaker, and then the massa badge. Of course we need handles for this. And then I will put the remaining 7 badge points to unblockable, since I will mostly handle the ball on our games. But you can also put it at killer combos if you like. But for me personally, I don't dribble that much, so I don't really need that badge. So uh, as an option, if you did not put the plus 4 extra badges on shooting, you can put it at playmaking and put bailout to silver. So you can mix those um, kick out passes that Luka makes when he drives. So uh, this is it's really based on your preference on how you play. All right. So defense and rebounding. So we don't really have that much option here, but we will do the best as we can to allocate these badge points. So I'm not that sure for Menes if this is good this year, but since we don't have challenger or clamps, so for Menes, its description is while guarding and staying in front of an opponent, their attributes will drop if good defense is being played. So I'm very confident with my defense. So I think if I play good defense, it can help me. So we will core this badge. So it's like a free badge for us. So this point, we will put our rebound chaser on bronze, since we need to get those boards for our trip dubs, or just getting the boards in general. So for our last 5 badge points, we will put brick wall to gold, since it is really helpful. I hope it's the same thing as last year, that brick wall is a very good badge. So we will see. And then our last 2 badge points, you have 2 options. You can either put it at silver box out beast, or you can put it at bronze and then put dagger at bronze. So it really depends on you. So that's also alright. So I will be posting a lot of gameplay video for this Luka. So stay tuned if you would like to watch the progress of this build. If you have any comments or suggestions on how to make this build better, or if you have your own Luka build, feel free to comment, and let's see. So thank you for watching, and yeah, enjoy 2K23. I think this will be a good year for all of us. So yeah, bye.